The sunny and pleasant morning of October the 8th, 2005 turned out to be catastrophic for northern Pakistan and Azad Jammu and Kashmir. A frantic call from Mansehra to the Pakistan Relief's member of the emergency response team was all that it took to mobilize the volunteers at the head office in Islamabad. Within 3 hours, a key team of personnel was formed and dispatched to the ravaged areas for assessment and analysis of the damage. Meanwhile, 2 teams of volunteers from Pakistan Relief started search and rescue operations in Muzaffarabad and Balakot. But once in the field, the extent of destruction surpassed what anyone in the Pakistan Relief team had imagined. Within seconds, the earthquake had turned the entire region into ruins. According to official figures, the number of dead was estimated well above 73,000. More than 3.5 million people were displaced and rendered homeless. Nearly 2.2 million children were affected, according to UNICEF.
You have 30,000 square kilometers which were affected. You have a population which was already extremely poor even before the earthquake. They had no assets. And it's complex because it's in the mountain and the roads were ruined, they were destroyed, but he has also created an incredible synergism. There was no competition between the UN, good work with the military, good work with the government. Complexity and difficulties breed union and cooperation.
On the day of their arrival in Mansehra, the Pakistan Relief team disseminated a situation report to all those international NGOs that had come into contact with them during earthquake relief Operation Balm in Iran in December 2003. Pakistan Relief was the very first to reach the communities high up in the mountainous tract of the affected areas. Using Pakistan Army helicopters, volunteers visited those people who were not able to come down in search of relief. the victims of this stunning disaster touched everyone around the world. Regardless of geographical, political, religious or ethnic affiliation, international aid started pouring in within 24 hours.
I take my hat off to those organizations and those communities who internationally, who volunteered, who came over, and they did their best. They helped our people, they helped us tremendously, and that spirit, I think, is something which is worth honoring and of great respect.
A German team of doctors from Humanitarian International arrived in Pakistan and worked with Pakistan Relief in providing more than 32,000 patients with immediate medical care. Together they set up a field hospital in Zafar Grand Mansehra. Nearly 900 patients were treated on a daily basis.
It's terrible, and when you talk to these people and hear their stories, it's very sad. The mental trauma that they have gone through, it cannot even be measured. There is a lot of need to help these people mentally to deal with this devastation.
Thousands died, but more survived the unparalleled catastrophe. Bushra is one such survivor. A student of class 10, Bushra miraculously escaped death while still at school at the time. She lost her parents to the earthquake and now lives with her paternal family.
मेरी दादी जैसे उठ रही थी तो पीछे से कोई चीज़ उनकी आके लगी है, वो आगे जैसे गिर गई है, तो मेरी अम्मी जैसे उनके पीछे भागी है। दरवाजे के एन दोनों दरमियान में ऊपर से जो मकान था वो पूरा मलबा उनके ऊपर आ लगे। मेरी अम्मी तो उसी वक्त ऐसे उनकी डेथ हो गई थी, लेकिन मेरे अब्बू जो थे वो बाहर निकाले बाद उनकी सांस गई। हम लोग घर में और कोई भी नहीं थे, मेरी बहनें स्कूल में थी, स्कूल से बस बच गई थी। कफारत का मसला है, हम 4 बहनें, भाई हम लोगों का कोई नहीं है, ना ही बड़ा भाई है ना कोई छोटा, कोई भाई नहीं है हम लोगों का।
In some of the remotest parts of Pakistan, the most critical need was communication.
The Pakistan Relief contacted me to how to get along, and they wanted to establish some sort of communication system to help in the relief area. And definitely they did very good job actually, and I was very pleased, especially the working members. They were very pleased that society members have done something in this effort along with the relief organization.
In its endeavor to bring these areas back to life, Pakistan Relief has set up 3 exclusive vocational training centers for women in some of the most hard-hit. These learning institutes are running in the Conch Valley near Batal, Mansehra.
इससे फ़ायदा जो औरतें घर में फारिग होती थी वो यहाँ के मसरूफ़ हो गई हैं, यहाँ सीख के कुछ अपने लिए मुस्तक़बिल में कुछ कर सकेंगी, अपने लिए पैसे कमाएंगी जिससे वो बेहतर ज़िंदगी गुजार सकेंगी। इंसान के दिल में डर होता है ज़लज़ला हो जाएगा, उससे हम लोग हट के मतलब इधर आते हैं, मसरूफ़ हो जाते हैं काम में।
These computer training centers not only provide a great learning experience but also give some respite to these young minds from the terrible calamity that they recently faced.
I think for the long term, the best investment is surely in education, educating these people so they can become more productive, so they can do things that will improve their lives, either make goods that are sold or make goods that are bartered with one another.
At present, Pakistan Relief is running 2 ambulance services provided by Humanitarian and Memeber International. It plans to increase this fleet and provide mobile clinics and ambulance services to many far-flung areas. To date, 3.5 tons of medicine, several tons of food and 4,300 blankets and tents have been distributed by Pakistan Relief. The effort still goes on.
All this change has been made possible by the hard work of affected people, by the generosity of the donors, and the boundless energy and dedication of all the organizations in the field. But much still remains to be done. because there's a time for emergency aid, but there's a lifetime for development. One of our future plans is to establish a training institute for disaster preparedness, search and rescue, and emergency relief to prepare more teams across the country to cope with such disasters effectively.
However, the task is far from accomplished. The extent of damage and devastation is such that it now requires a different form of aid. In these remote areas, employment is critical, housing is critical, and the future for the children is also a desperate priority.
As a human being, I have been touched and I have been affected emotionally, very deeply. This tragedy has left very deep marks in my conscience. Whenever I visit this area, one is emotionally charged once again. While it disturbs you emotionally to see such a great devastation, but it also gives you will to do something more because that will help the affected people to get back on their lives.
This is just the start, and there is an unending road that lies ahead. Numerous organizations are still braving new hurdles and providing assistance in the hope of keeping the flame of life burning. We call upon you to not forget these people, who are not statistics, but real people. Let's maintain our commitment to restore hope and be part of the struggle of these brave people who are rising from ruins.